Hey guys! One of my New Year's resolutions for 2020 was to try and curb my phone addiction. Cell phones are incredibly useful devices, and I'm not entirely sure I would be able to function without mine the way my life is currently arranged. My phone helps me do so many things in my daily life, in my professional life, staying in touch with friends and family, but it definitely also has some less desirable qualities. I definitely have a love-hate relationship with mine, and the part that I do not like the most is how easily it provides kind of low-quality entertainment. I feel like I spend way too much time just mindlessly scrolling through mounds of information and people's opinions and images and memes and things that don't bring as much value into my life as I would like, or don't bring as much to my life as, you spending that time doing something else might have done. Now, don't get me wrong, I have no intention of stopping using my phone because, like I mentioned, it does have loads of very useful functions and ways that it enhances my life, but I definitely need to work on when I use it, how I use it, and how consciously I use it, and how it contributes to a substantial chunk of my life. If, like me, you also struggle with cell phone and social media use on your cell phone, then today I am going to share a couple of tips that you can use to use your phone less, use it more consciously, be more in charge of when you use the phone rather than going to it as a default for several hours in the day. Tip number one is to set up some phone-free time slots. If there are any times of the day where you feel like you often get sucked into your phone or social media when you really could be spending your time more usefully, make an agreement with yourself not to use your phone at those times. It can be easier if it is, measurable, if your goals are measurable. So, for example, say you won't use your phone for an hour after you wake up, or an hour before you go to bed, or, for example, don't use your phone during your lunch break. You could, of course, do this in the reverse as well, so allow yourself a certain amount of time during the day when you are allowed to use your phone. You could use these screen time type apps for that. I personally find it easier for myself and less restrictive feeling, I guess, to give myself some measurable, set phone-free time zones and then have a little bit more freedom throughout the rest of the day to use the phone whenever I feel like it. That just feels a little bit better to me personally, but whichever works for you, try and set yourself some time limits. The second tip is pretty similar, and that is to set up some phone-free areas around your house. Examples of this could be no phone in bed, no phone at the dinner table, no phone in the bathroom. Try and identify your pitfalls. What I personally consider one of my worst habits is picking up my phone first thing after I wake up and then just lying there scrolling social media for pretty much unlimited amounts of time, which is absolutely ridiculous. So I have scaled this down by first allowing myself half an hour, then bringing that down to 15 minutes, and eventually not allowing myself to use the phone in bed at all. I just have to get up straight away, and after I'm up and I have made my breakfast and everything, then I'm allowed to go and check social media. But I think it could also be really nice to set some kind of social rules regarding phone use and social media use, such as, like I mentioned, no phones at the dinner table, which can be really nice if you live with a family and you want to have some of that, in-person family time, then that's a great way to set some boundaries in that regard. The third rule, and this is one that I implemented at the start of this year as well, and that is to not multitask with your phone. So when I am doing something else, I am not allowed to pick up my phone to do anything that is not functional or helping with the task that I am currently doing. So, for example, I am not allowed to scroll social media or answer YouTube comments while I am watching television. This is another very bad habit of mine that I had, is to just, sit and consume several media sources at once. I don't think it's very good for our brains. It can be quite overwhelming, especially for someone who is quite sensitive like me. It's just a lot happening at the same time, and it's completely unnecessary. You can't focus at so much at the same time. So do the one thing, then do the other thing. Try not to multitask with your phone. Tip number 4, prepare activities for yourself or make a list of alternative things you can do when you're not using your phone so that you don't end up reaching for it after all, just because you don't really know what else to do. I made a list at the start of the year with a bunch of activities that I enjoy doing or that I could, start learning how to do, or that can always be done, quite quickly or easily, that I can do instead of just scrolling on my phone in idle moments. So examples of those are my cross-stitch project that I've been working on for a few years now. That is really easy to just grab and work on for a few minutes. I can organize a cabinet, I can go to the gym, I can play the harp, I can put my hair up in rollers. There are plenty of things I can do in idle moments, but something else I like to do just to be prepared for every single moment where I don't have anything to do is to always have a book on me or have a book somewhere near that I can grab for those, little distraction moments or when I'm waiting for someone. I feel like reading a book can often be better quality entertainment, bring more value than reading loads of different little things on the internet. Even though there are definitely loads and loads and loads of very valuable information sources online as well, I just feel like going through those constantly throughout the day is a little bit much for me personally, at least. So I like to just have one book that I'm reading always close by so that I can reach for that instead of my phone. Tip number 5, turn off your sound and or your notifications. I personally like to put my phone in do not disturb mode. I have my do not disturb mode set for all times between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. and then from 9 p.m. onwards until 7 a.m. I think. So the only times I receive sound notifications from, incoming messages and things like that are between, waking up and starting work and then after work until 9 p.m. So both my work hours and my evenings are notification free. Those are the times when I don't really want to be distracted by my phone. And even then, the notifications for all my apps are off. So the only notifications I receive are from my calendar and messaging apps. I do have those turned on, but everything else, my emails, all of my social media apps, YouTube, Instagram, all of those notifications are turned off, always, permanently. And that is such a huge help in not being tempted to grab your phone all the time. So this is definitely something I recommend doing. Another slightly more radical step you could take is to delete social media apps or any apps that distract you a lot from your phone altogether. So for me, that could mean, deleting Instagram off of my phone. I know, for example, Maddie from Madeline Olivia does this on the weekends, which I think is brilliant. She deletes her Instagram on Friday evening and then reinstalls it on Monday morning. So she is someone obviously who works in social media, needs Instagram for her job, but this is a way that she kind of guards her private personal life and makes sure she doesn't use Instagram too much on the weekends as well and doesn't get sucked into it. I think this is absolutely brilliant. Alternatively, you could go through your social media apps and unfollow a bunch of accounts that you feel are pretty much just noise and don't really bring you any value or don't bring you enough value, or accounts that bring you, stress, any negative emotions. So basically anything that doesn't make you feel great, unfollow it. Don't feel guilty about unfollowing people online, even if it's me. Your online space is just that, your online space, and there's absolutely no reason for it to make you feel worse than you were going into it. So by all means, go through everything, unfollow anything that doesn't serve you anymore. And the last tip I have is one that I implement as well on work days, and that is to leave your phone in a different room or inside a drawer, just somewhere where it is out of sight. I am personally always super tempted to pick up my phone whenever I just see it, because just, the image of it reminds me that I, could go on Instagram, could go check that app, play my Harry Potter game, just anything that I do on my phone, I am reminded of when I see it, and it's very tempting for me to just then grab it and go scroll for an hour when I could have just been working or doing other useful things. So I like to keep my phone tucked away in a corner in the living room where I can still hear it when I receive a phone call, in case of emergencies or something like that. I know that I can go over there and grab it if I need it, but it is out of sight. And that is another way I try to minimize the amount of times I get distracted by my phone unintentionally. And that is it, guys. Those are the main ways I try to battle, my phone and social media use and minimize it a little bit in order to live more slowly and more consciously and consume social media and just digital media in general more consciously as well. So I really hope you found this helpful, guys. If you have any tips on this topic, then please feel free to share them in the comments below. We can all read each other's tips. I'm sure they'll be super useful ones then there. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for loads more beauty and lifestyle tips. If you would like to support me through Patreon or my merch store, there will be links in the description box below. Thank you so much for your support. There is another video here that I think you might also enjoy. You can go watch next. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye!